Every morning you wake up, you are standing at the crossroads of your future. One path leads to the life you've always dreamed of, and the other, the one you choose out of comfort, keeps you stuck. The choice isn't just about action, it's about mindset, habits, and relentless discipline. Today, we're going to ignite your mornings and rebuild yourself from the inside out. Your morning is not just a part of your day. It is the foundation of your entire life. The way you start your day directly impacts the way you think, act, and perform for the next 24 hours. When you wake up, you are handed a choice, a blank page on which to write your destiny. Do you start your day by scrolling aimlessly through your phone, allowing someone else's priorities to dictate your energy and mood? Or do you wake up intentionally, take control, and set the tone for excellence? The decision you make within those first moments defines the trajectory of your life, not just for today, but for the future you are building. Every champion, every leader, every person who has ever achieved greatness understands this simple truth. The morning is sacred and owning it is non-negotiable. The first action you take upon waking is more important than most people realize. Drinking a glass of water, for instance, is a small but powerful act. After hours of sleep, your body is dehydrated, your cells are begging for nourishment, and your brain needs fuel. Water ignites your metabolism, increases focus, and sharpens mental clarity. Yet so many people ignore this simple step, jumping straight into chaos without preparing their vessel for battle. Owning your morning means starting with intention. It means giving your body what it needs to perform at its best. A few minutes dedicated to hydration, stretching, or even deep breathing sets a rhythm that carries into everything else you do. The key is not the complexity of the act, it's the consistency and awareness behind it. Movement is another cornerstone of claiming your mornings. Whether it's a full workout yoga or just a brisk walk around your neighborhood, physical activity in the early hours is transformative. Movement wakes up your body, releases endorphins, and signals to your mind that today is a day of action, not passivity. But it's more than just fitness. It's a statement to yourself: I value my body. I value my energy. I am investing in my future. The act of moving first thing in the morning reinforces discipline, resilience, and mental toughness. The mind-body connection here is undeniable. When your body is alive and active, your thoughts are sharper, your focus is stronger, and your confidence radiates. Those who neglect this step often find themselves sluggish, reactive, and vulnerable to distractions, while those who embrace it move through life with momentum and purpose. Equally important is the practice of reflection or mental preparation. Taking 5 to 10 minutes to center your thoughts can be life-changing. This could be meditation, journaling, or simply sitting quietly and envisioning the day ahead. During this time, you are not just planning tasks, you are setting the tone for how you will respond to challenges, how you will engage with people, and how you will handle adversity. Visualization, positive affirmations, or even reviewing your long-term goals in these quiet moments primes your mind for success. It trains your brain to see opportunities where others see obstacles. When you own your morning with intention, you create mental clarity, focus, and a sense of calm that carries through the inevitable chaos of the day. This is the hidden strength of those who dominate their mornings. They are not reactive, they are proactive. The environment you create in the morning also plays a critical role in shaping your mindset. Consider the small rituals that surround your start to the day, making your bed, organizing your space, or keeping your surroundings clean. These acts, though seemingly minor, create order and discipline. They send a message to your subconscious: I am prepared. I am capable. I am in control. The physical space you occupy impacts your mental state. A cluttered environment often leads to a cluttered mind. Owning your morning extends beyond your actions. It is the conscious choice to cultivate an environment conducive to focus, creativity, and productivity. Every deliberate step you take in the first hour multiplies the results of your day. Finally, owning your morning is about commitment and consistency. It is not enough to have one great morning and then revert to chaos the next day. True power is built over time through repetition and discipline. Each morning becomes a building block. Each small, intentional act accumulates, and over weeks and months, your life begins to reflect the care, focus, and dedication you invest at the start of each day. Champions are not made by luck. They are forged by routine, habit, and the relentless pursuit of excellence. When you claim your mornings, you are making a silent but profound declaration: I am the architect of my life. I will not leave it to chance. I will start every day with strength, purpose, and direction. In a world that never stops talking, silence has become a rare superpower. Most people rush into the day bombarded by notifications, emails, and endless chatter, thinking that staying busy equals progress. But true mental strength is built in the quiet moments, the space between the noise where your mind gains clarity, where your vision sharpens, and where you discover the person you truly want to become. Silence is not emptiness. It is a canvas. It is the foundation of creativity, discipline, and resilience. When you embrace it, you tap into a reservoir of power that the world around you can't even see. The first moments of the morning are perfect for silence. Before the chaos of life hits, before the distractions of work, social media, or family obligations take over, allow yourself a pause. This pause can be meditation, deep breathing, or simply sitting quietly with your thoughts. In this stillness, your mind begins to separate signal from noise. You start recognizing which thoughts serve you and which ones sabotage you. You gain control over the narrative of your life rather than letting external circumstances write it for you. Silence, in this sense, becomes a tool of liberation, a way to reclaim authority over your own mind. Journaling is one of the most powerful ways to harness this quiet time. When you put pen to paper, you externalize your inner world. You give shape to your fears, your doubts, and your dreams. Writing forces clarity. It forces reflection. And it forces accountability. In silence, your thoughts are private, unjudged, and honest. This is where insight and self-awareness are born. People who skip this practice often drift through life, reacting rather than acting, letting emotion guide them instead of intention. Those who embrace it wake up with purpose, guided by reflection and foresight rather than confusion and noise. Silence also strengthens emotional resilience. When the world challenges you, and it will, you will need a mind capable of calm, rational, and decisive thinking. Regularly practicing quiet moments trains you to respond rather than react. It allows you to recognize your triggers, to pause before speaking, and to consider the consequences of your actions. Mental toughness is not built in chaos. It is built in the calm, disciplined spaces you create for yourself. The person who can sit quietly, understand themselves, and make deliberate decisions is unstoppable in a world designed to distract and derail. Moreover, silence encourages deep listening, not just to others, but to your own inner voice. In stillness, you start hearing your intuition, the subtle guidance that often gets drowned out by noise. It tells you which opportunities to pursue, which habits to drop, and which relationships deserve your energy. This inner compass, cultivated in quiet, will guide you through moments of doubt and uncertainty. The louder the world becomes, the more valuable your inner silence grows. It is the anchor that keeps you grounded, the light that guides you through the fog, and the strength that allows you to act decisively without fear. The discipline of silence extends beyond just the mind. It is a declaration of self-respect. By intentionally taking quiet moments for yourself, you communicate to the world that your mental and emotional well-being is non-negotiable. You are no longer a reactive participant in life. You are a conscious architect, designing your day, your choices, and ultimately your destiny. This isn't luxury, it's survival. Silence builds boundaries and focus. It is the foundation for every other habit, every other success, and every other achievement you will pursue. Finally, embracing silence is about long-term transformation. It is not just a morning routine, it is a lifestyle choice that compounds over time. Every day you dedicate to reflection, journaling, meditation, or simple quiet awareness, you strengthen your mental muscles. Over weeks, months, and years, this habit cultivates a mind that is calm in the storm, resilient in adversity, and clear in vision. The ability to step back, to pause, and to listen to yourself is one of the most underappreciated but vital tools for success. In a world full of noise, those who master silence master themselves, and mastering yourself is the ultimate form of freedom and power. Your body is the vessel that carries you through life, yet too many people treat it as an afterthought. They pour endless energy into work, relationships, and ambitions, but neglect the very foundation that makes all of that possible, their physical health. Your mind may crave clarity, focus, and resilience, but if your body is weak, lethargic, or drained, your mental strength will falter. There's an undeniable truth that the greatest achievers understand. When you fuel your body, you fuel your mind. Energy is created through discipline, nutrition, and movement, and the morning is the perfect opportunity to prime both. The first step in fueling your body is hydration. After 8 hours of sleep, your system is depleted. Your muscles, organs, and brain cells are thirsty for replenishment. Drinking water first thing in the morning is a simple but powerful ritual. It wakes up your metabolism, sharpens focus, and kick-starts your internal energy systems. Yet, hydration is not just about water, it's about signaling to yourself that you are worthy of care. Every sip is a declaration. I respect my body. I honor the machine that drives my success. Small actions like these may seem trivial, but over time, they accumulate into habits that shape your entire day. Movement, however, is the engine that transforms potential energy into kinetic energy. Whether it's a 20-minute workout, stretching, or a brisk walk outside, movement sends a message to your body and mind that you are ready to conquer the day. Physical activity releases endorphins, those natural mood boosters that elevate confidence, creativity, and focus. But it's more than chemical reactions, it's a psychological statement. When you push your body, you strengthen discipline, resilience, and determination. The discomfort you face during a morning workout mirrors the challenges you will encounter throughout your day. Training your body in the morning trains your mind to endure, persist, and thrive in any circumstance. Nutrition is equally critical. What you choose to eat in the morning directly impacts your cognitive function, energy levels, and mental clarity. A breakfast high in protein, healthy fats, and whole foods provides sustained energy, sharpens focus, and stabilizes mood. Avoid the temptation of quick fixes, sugary cereals, energy drinks, or empty calories, which give a temporary boost, but crash your energy and cloud your thinking. Remember, your mind is fueled by the quality of fuel you provide to your body. Treat your meals as investments, not indulgences. When your body is nourished properly, your mind becomes alert, decisive, and ready to tackle challenges with precision. Beyond food and exercise, fueling your body also means prioritizing rest and recovery. The morning is the time when your body's systems reset, but this can only happen if you honor the cycles of rest and sleep. Proper sleep repairs tissues, consolidates memories, and primes the brain for high-level thinking. Without it, no amount of coffee or motivation can replace the foundation you lose. Fueling your body is not just about energy, it's about creating a sustainable machine capable of peak performance every single day. The discipline to rest, to recover, and to listen to your body ensures that your mental capacity remains untouchable. Movement, nutrition, hydration, and rest all come together to create a synergy between body and mind. Think of your body as the engine and your mind as the driver. A weak engine cannot carry even the most skilled driver to victory, but a strong, disciplined body enables clarity, courage, and focus to flow naturally. Mental strength is not abstract, it is physical. Energy, stamina, and vitality are the invisible backbone behind every confident decision, every bold action, and every challenge overcome. Fueling your body isn't optional. It's essential for anyone who wants to show up in the world as a force, not a passenger. Finally, fueling your body cultivates self-respect and confidence. When you honor your health with intention, you declare to yourself that you matter. You show up every day ready to perform, ready to endure, and ready to excel. This self-discipline carries into every area of your life, your career, relationships, and personal growth. It's a cycle. Strong body fuels strong mind drives action, and action produces results. The morning then becomes your laboratory for transformation. Every glass of water, every step you take, every intentional bite of food is a brick in the foundation of your mental and physical strength. When you fuel your body, you are not just surviving, you are preparing to dominate. Your mind is the most powerful asset you will ever own, yet it is often treated like a backseat passenger rather than the engine of your life. Just as you fuel your body with nutrition, you must fuel your mind with knowledge, inspiration, and perspective. What you allow into your mind dictates the thoughts you think, the actions you take, and ultimately the life you create. In 2026, mental strength will not be determined by talent alone, but by the discipline of what you consume mentally, consistently, and intentionally. The first step in feeding your mind is being selective about your information intake. The world is overflowing with noise, social media, news advertisements, and endless opinions. But not all of it deserves your attention. Just as you wouldn't feed junk food to your body, don't feed your mind distractions, negativity, or trivial chatter. Choose books, podcasts, and articles that challenge your thinking, expand your perspective, and inspire action. Even just 30 minutes each morning dedicated to learning something new can shift your mindset, reshape your worldview, and prepare you to tackle challenges with wisdom and confidence. Remember, your mind is a garden. Feed it weeds, and chaos grows. Feed it seeds, and your potential blossoms. Learning is not limited to theory. It is about application. Reading a book or listening to a podcast is meaningless if it doesn't change your behavior. Apply what you learn immediately. Take notes, reflect, and implement new strategies in your daily life. This transforms passive consumption into active growth. The act of applying knowledge builds confidence, sharpens problem-solving skills, and strengthens mental resilience. Every small improvement compounds over time, creating a mind capable of navigating complex challenges, staying calm under pressure, and making decisions with clarity and precision. Feeding your mind isn't just accumulation, it is transformation. Equally important is surrounding yourself with the right influences. Your environment, the people you associate with, and the conversations you engage in shape the mental energy you carry. Seek out mentors, peers, and communities that push you to think bigger, act bolder, and grow stronger. Avoid toxic influences that drain your energy or limit your potential. The minds you allow near you are like fuel. Choose those that empower rather than exhaust. Over time, these influences elevate your thinking, encourage discipline, and provide new perspectives that challenge complacency. Feeding your mind means guarding it fiercely, cultivating it intentionally, and surrounding it with growth. Creativity is another essential part of feeding your mind. Don't confine your thinking to what is already known or proven. Explore new ideas, hobbies, or forms of expression that stretch your imagination. Writing, sketching, problem solving, or even engaging in intellectual debates stimulates your brain in ways that passive consumption cannot. When your mind is creatively exercised, it becomes flexible, adaptable, and resilient. The challenges of life require more than raw knowledge. They require innovation, resourcefulness, and the courage to see solutions where others see obstacles. A well-fed mind is also a creative mind, capable of thinking beyond limits and rewriting what's possible. Feeding your mind also means nurturing your emotional intelligence. Knowledge alone is insufficient if you cannot manage your emotions, communicate effectively, and build meaningful relationships. Books on psychology, self-awareness, leadership, and communication are tools for understanding yourself and others. Meditation, journaling, and reflection sharpen your ability to recognize emotional patterns, handle stress, and approach life with balance and clarity. Your mental strength is not measured by IQ alone, but by your ability to navigate complex human experiences with wisdom and grace. Feeding your mind is feeding both intellect and emotional depth. Finally, feeding your mind is about lifelong commitment. It is not a habit you practice once in a while. It is a daily intentional act. Every morning, every day, and every year, the quality of your thoughts determines the quality of your life. Knowledge without application, information without reflection, and learning without consistency is wasted energy. The person who feeds their mind relentlessly becomes unstoppable. They see opportunity where others see obstacles. They remain calm in the storm, confident in uncertainty, and resilient in adversity. Feeding your mind is the gateway to mastery, mental strength, and the power to create a life of purpose and impact. Goals are everywhere. People write them down at the start of the year, post them on vision boards, and repeat them like mantras. But too often, goals remain distant targets. Numbers on a page, achievements you hope to reach someday. Intentions, on the other hand, are the bridge between aspiration and action. They are the daily compass that guides your choices, shapes your mindset, and defines the kind of person you show up as every day. In 2026, rebuilding yourself is not about chasing results alone. It is about showing up consistently with purpose, clarity, and deliberate action. Setting intentions transforms your life from reactive to proactive. The first step in setting intentions is clarity. Ask yourself, who do I want to be today? Not just in my work or in my relationships, but in my character, my mindset, and my discipline. Intentions are statements of identity, not outcomes. They are declarations about how you will act, respond, and carry yourself in every situation. For example, an intention could be, I will be patient, focused, and present today. Unlike a goal that says, I want to get a promotion, an intention defines the behavior, mindset, and energy you bring. Goals measure achievement, but intentions shape the person who achieves them. Your future is built on the repeated practice of intentional living. Intentions give structure to your day. When you wake up, ask yourself, what kind of energy will I bring? What will I prioritize? How will I respond when challenges arise? Intentions create a mental framework that guides decision-making. Instead of drifting, procrastinating, or reacting to circumstances, you operate from purpose. They act like guardrails, keeping you aligned with your values and vision. When you live intentionally, distractions lose their power, negativity fades, and every action, no matter how small, becomes a deliberate step toward the life you want. Intentions transform ordinary moments into meaningful progress. Another powerful aspect of intentions is accountability. Goals without a plan or mindset often fail. But when you live with intention, every decision becomes a test of alignment. Are your thoughts, words, and actions reflecting the person you intend to be? Are you living in accordance with your values? This daily check-in builds discipline, self-respect, and integrity. When challenges hit, and they always will, your intentions anchor you. They remind you who you are and who you are becoming. Intentions create a consistency of character that results in extraordinary achievements over time. Intentions also cultivate focus and resilience. Goals can feel overwhelming, especially if they are ambitious or long-term. Intentions break the journey into manageable daily steps. They remind you to stay present, to invest in the moment, and to focus on controllable actions rather than distant outcomes. Mental strength is built in small, deliberate choices repeated consistently. By committing to your intentions every morning, you reinforce the habits and mindset that support your larger goals. You are no longer at the mercy of fleeting motivation. You are guided by purpose and discipline. Moreover, intentions fuel emotional and mental clarity. They allow you to prioritize what matters most and discard what does not. In life, it's easy to get lost in business, to chase results, or to compare yourself to others. Intentions bring you back to center. They give your day direction, your actions meaning, and your energy focus. You no longer measure success by the approval of others or by outcomes alone. You measure it by alignment with your values, the strength of your character, and the quality of your actions. Living with intention is living with purpose. Finally, setting intentions transforms your life from the inside out. Goals without intention are external. They ask, what will I achieve? Intentions are internal. They ask, who will I become? Over time, intentions compound. They shape your mindset, guide your habits, and create the person capable of achieving extraordinary results. They build mental resilience, emotional intelligence, and unwavering focus. Every morning, when you define your intentions, you take ownership of your life. You step into the day with clarity, courage, and purpose. In 2026, rebuilding yourself is not about chasing success. It's about intentionally becoming the person who commands it. Motivation is fleeting. It comes in bursts, sometimes strong, sometimes weak, but it is never reliable. You might feel motivated one morning, energized and ready to conquer the world, and the next exhausted and unmotivated. Relying on motivation alone is a trap, a roller coaster that leaves you at the mercy of your feelings rather than in control of your life. Discipline, on the other hand, is steadfast, unyielding, and non-negotiable. It is the silent engine behind every success story, the invisible force that separates those who achieve from those who only dream. In 2026, rebuilding yourself requires more than inspiration. It demands unwavering discipline. Discipline is the daily commitment to show up no matter how you feel. It's getting out of bed at the same hour, even when you're tired. It's moving your body, feeding your mind, and honoring your intentions, even when motivation is absent. Motivation may get you started, but discipline keeps you going. It turns fleeting excitement into consistent progress. The person who masters discipline does not wait for a mood or circumstance to dictate their actions. They act because they have a standard for themselves, a code they live by. This is how ordinary days transform into extraordinary lives. The power of discipline becomes most evident in adversity. Life will test you. Challenges will appear when least expected. Motivation may vanish in the face of setbacks, but discipline carries you through. It is discipline that makes you stand when others quit, continue when others surrender, and persevere when the world tells you to stop. Each disciplined action builds mental toughness, resilience, and confidence. Over time, it creates a habit loop that becomes unstoppable. Show up, push through, improve, repeat. Motivation is a spark. Discipline is the fire that never goes out. Discipline is also about prioritization. It requires you to focus on what truly matters and avoid distractions that steal your time, energy, and progress. It is choosing long-term gain over short-term pleasure, effort over comfort, and consistency over sporadic effort. Every successful person knows this secret. Talent and passion alone are not enough. What carries people to the top is the relentless commitment to consistent, intentional action. Discipline is the framework that supports ambition. Without it, even the most motivated individual will drift, stall, or fade away. Another critical aspect of discipline is self-mastery. It is the ability to control impulses, manage emotions, and resist temptation. The disciplined person does not let cravings, laziness, or fear dictate behavior. They understand that mental strength is a muscle, and like any muscle, it must be trained regularly. Discipline creates boundaries, strengthens willpower, and enforces accountability. Every time you choose discipline over immediate gratification, you reinforce the mindset and habits necessary for success. This is the core of rebuilding yourself: consistency in action, thought, and behavior. Discipline also fuels momentum. When you commit to doing the hard, uncomfortable, or inconvenient tasks consistently, progress compounds. Small victories, waking up early, completing a workout, reading, or journaling, accumulate into massive results over time. Motivation may be inconsistent, but disciplined habits create results that are undeniable. Your environment, your health, your mindset, and your achievements all begin to reflect the standard you have set for yourself. This is why discipline is non-negotiable. It is the bridge between dreams and reality, between potential and performance. Finally, discipline shapes identity. Motivation may inspire temporary action, but it is discipline that molds character. It determines the person you are, the values you uphold, and the legacy you leave. When you choose discipline over motivation, you declare to yourself and the world, I am in control. I am committed. I will show up regardless of how I feel. In the mornings, afternoons, and nights, discipline creates consistency. Over weeks, months, and years, it builds a life that reflects strength, courage, and unwavering purpose. Motivation will fade, circumstances will shift, but discipline is timeless. It is the foundation upon which mental strength, resilience, and success are built. Now, listen carefully. Change will not come by chance. It will not knock on your door or fall into your lap. It will come when you decide to take control, to own your mornings, to feed your mind, fuel your body, set your intentions, embrace silence, and choose discipline over fleeting motivation. Every habit you form, every choice you make in the first hours of your day is a vote for the person you are becoming. And let me tell you something. If you keep voting for greatness, if you keep showing up intentionally, your life will transform in ways you cannot even imagine. 2026 is your blank canvas. The habits you build now will shape the mental strength, resilience, and character that define you for years to come. So wake up earlier than your excuses, silence the noise, fuel your mind and body, act with intention, and never let motivation, or lack of it, control your destiny. Discipline is your ally, consistency is your weapon, and your future self is counting on you to take the first step. Rebuild yourself today, not tomorrow. Stand tall, act boldly, and own every single moment of your life. The world is waiting for the best version of you, and that version begins in the morning. Remember this: you are not defined by your past, your failures, or your doubts. You are defined by the choices you make right here, right now. So rise, show up, be relentless, and make 2026 the year you don't just dream about the life you want, you create it.